Tom Clark's Main Event is a Boink Studios production. And now, on with the show.
This is Daddy's show. Step off.
Hey, what is up? Welcome back to the program, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tom Clark, and this right here is Tom Clark's Main Event. What's up, kids? Welcome back to the program. Yours truly here with you on a Friday afternoon, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Actually, it's 6:02. Yes, we changed it up once again. Hope that's okay. No, unfortunately for you, it's never in concrete. It used to be, but life happens, kids. Life calls, and when life calls, we must answer the call. So there you go. How's everybody doing out there today? Hope you guys are having a great weekend. Week. There it is. Do me a favor while you're here, hit the like button, the thumbs up button, if you will. I'd very much appreciate it. Give me some hearts on there also. And here's something I'm going to ask you to do. You guys know I don't ask you for much, right? But I am going to ask you for this. So if you will, you see that bell that you see in front of you? How about turning that bell on? If you click that sucker, you know what will happen for you? You'll get notified every time this show goes live, okay? I can't tell you how many times I've had people pop up during the show, after the show, the next day and say, dude, I missed it. I didn't know what happened. If you will turn on notifications for this bad boy, you'll never miss it again. How's that sound? So do me a favor and click that little bell that you see in front of you. If you guys would do that, I would very much appreciate it, okay? If you'll do that, you'll never miss a beat, all right? You'll always know when yours truly is here doing his thing and we're doing our thing. And man, have we got stuff to talk about. Loads of stuff. How's my hair? Am I on point? I always like to ask. I can never tell. I've got animals galore happening. The DOG is behind me. Yeah, he's collapsed on the futon. You can't see him. The cats were up here just now. So they likes to hang out with me. There you go. Let's say some hellos before we get cranking here today. Eric Jackson, what's up, my friend? Sugar Shane Odom. Carlos Martinez, what's happening? Hey to you, Alicia. How are you? Double V, one of my favorite people in the world. Thank you, my man, for watching as always. Christopher, what's going on, my friend? How are you doing? Super Dave Yarnell, what's going on? Lewis, everybody, please welcome to Judge. What's going on, my friend? CRP, what's going on? Are you a baseball guy? I've never been a baseball guy, man. I just am not. No offense. That's not my game. Well, Miss Lopez, how are you? Terrible, Toby Royer. You like that? Hello in Toronto, Paul. This is Tom and Conover. Chris, what's up? The Wrestling City of Baltimore loves you. Chris, so Ring of Honor's last show of the year. What's the name of it? Final Battle. Tickets went on sale today. The boy and I have actually discussed heading up that way. Here's the problem. I bet tickets sell out today, so we don't have time to make a decision. It's Saturday, December 11th. If we didn't fly, it's like a 7-hour drive. I don't know if I'm up for that or not, but it's something we kind of talked about. Whether or not we'll do it, I don't know. Charles, how are you, my friend? Thanks for hanging out. We appreciate it. Robbie, what's going on? Doing good, man. Hope you are as well. Let's see. Do you guys not see a bell like for notifications? Hopefully you'll see a bell. There should be a little bell on your page there. You may see it if you're watching on the Wrestling Rumors page. Maybe that's how you can see it. Let's see. Joe says the axe is falling on WWE Wrestling. We will get there. Everybody, this is Shannon. Shannon and I used to work together in my civilian job, not my online gig. So I don't even know that she's a wrestling fan. But if whether you are or you're not, I'm glad you're doing well. Looks like you're doing well. Good to see you. I appreciate you hanging out, if only for a moment or two. Shannon Larissa, what's up, my friend? How are you? Chris says I'm looking cute. Oh, you flatter me. I blush. So Paul says my hair is on point. You guys are awesome. Everyone, please say hello to Ash. Ash is in the house. Evil Dead. We're going to start calling her Evil Dead because of Ash. Get it? She'll hate that. Maybe she won't hate that. I don't know. What's up, Jamel in Vegas? Good to see you, my friend, as always. What's going on, Chris? Yeah, no kidding. Charles is in St. Louis. What's going on, dude? Tim, good to see you too, my friend. Where are you? Man, this thing's going 100 miles an hour. There we go. It's so cool that you guys are showing up, man. Ben Simmons been fired. Don't even get me started. I mean, we kind of knew that was going to happen, right? Let's see. Cam, Canadian Cam. Dude, I saw your video. I'm totally going to share that as much as I possibly can. I commented on that thing too. That is insane. I'll tell you a story off cam or off mic at some point about a thing I saw one time in a parking lot of the store I worked at. Holy God. Very similar, but much more frightening. Crazy. Toby says, what do we discuss since nothing noteworthy happened this week? Toby's right. That's it for us. Good night, everybody. So Russell says a lot of rain in Orlando. My friend, you can have it. Yep, there you go. Chris is alerting everyone. Where'd you go? Top right below your messenger and normal notification in the chat. Thank you, my friend. Nah, Ash loves her name, everybody. Ash done loved it. She done loved it. She said, oh my God, it's amazing. Shannon says, not a wrestling fan, but always happy to support a friend on their passion. Man, you're awesome. I miss talking to you. You and I used to have some interesting conversations. And by interesting, I mean I used to preach to you. I'm not going to go into it. I never meant to, by the way, just so you know. I never meant to come off like that. I've been called much worse than preachy. I should know. Cam, it's all good, man. It's your video, dude. It's all good. All right, Ricardo, what's up, my friend? Thank you for hanging out, my man. Listen, everybody, while you're here, do me a favor. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the heart button for me. Click that bell with the notifications. So, bam, guess what? You'll never miss another show again. You'll love it. You'll love it so far, don't you? Isn't this the most exciting thing you've ever seen in your life? Check this out. Oh, if I got the merch, there it is. Tom Clark's main event, live in living color, baby. And Tom Clark's 6M podcast. Can I be honest with you? I enjoy doing this show for you guys, and I love talking to you all and hanging out every Friday, okay? This is by far the most favorite thing I do right now. If you don't know what Tom Clark's 6M podcast is, I'll tell you. We cover movies, music, Marvel, magazines, miniseries, and more. It's a geek culture / pop culture podcast. New episodes drop every Tuesday. I'm like a used car salesman, baby. I got my shtick. I'm shilling for the crowd. It's what I do, man. Guess what? Just like this show, it's free. All you got to do is subscribe. New episodes drop in the device of your choosing every Tuesday. Bam, there you go. You cannot beat that. I promise you, you're going to enjoy it. I don't know if he's here or not, but Ray is my man. Ray Dean, if he's here or not, I was going to tell him that last night we did the Low End Theory by Tribe Called Quest. Groundbreaking 1991 hip-hop / rap album. One of the greatest albums of all time. We totally covered it last night. It was so much fun. Next week, we're going to do The Rocketeer. See, I try to change it up, baby. I try to keep it varied as much as I possibly can. Alma, how are you doing, my friend? Oh, we're definitely going to talk. David, Down Under David. Everyone say hello to David. Down under in the great outback that is Australia. There you go. All right. We got stuff to get to. And the stuff we're going to get to first is not fun stuff. Here we go. WWE releases. Again, it just never ends, baby. Never ends, does it? We got thoughts. I know you got them. I know I got them. I'm going to give them to you. I got stuff to say. But first, we're going to get to it, okay? Let's run down the list. Ember Moon. This is the ladies. We let the ladies go first here. Ember Moon, Mia Yim, Scarlett Bordeaux, Nia Jax, Katrina Cortez, Zeta Ramirez, Jessie Kamea, B-Fab, Frankie Monet, and Eva Marie. Lots to get into there. You guys want to go ahead and start with this, with the ladies? Okay. The 800-pound elephant in the room, and it's here. Two names on this particular round of cuts. Jax and Marie. We have not been kind here on the show to either one of these performers, but we have always, I have, and hopefully you have joined me in this sentiment. We have never made this personal. We've never said we were angling to get them fired. We never said that either one of them should be out of a job. We just said this is not working. And maybe not, there's no maybe about it. I was the first to say it, and I think a lot of you joined in actually, that neither one of these ladies are cut out for this. Jax was hurting people. I make no apologies about saying that because I will never apologize for speaking the truth. And the truth of the matter is, Nia Jax is dangerous in the ring. Now, you can hate me for that. You can say, you happy now, Tom? She done went and got fired, and it's all your fault. Dude, come on. I never made it personal. Go back to any show where I called her names and I insulted her family. Shut up. I don't do that kind of stuff. I never even mention her by her real name, okay? I just flat out tell you guys each and every week, whenever her name comes up, in my estimation, she's not cut out for this. Well, now she's not cut out for this. Because we want to be transparent and we want to be fair all the way around. Here is the statement that Jax released today on her Instagram. In her words, quote, I usually keep my personal life private, but yesterday's reports leave me with no option but to clarify matters. I recently took a short leave of absence from WWE for a mental health break. I've been working through so much more than I can share, and so I took some time with the full support of the company to take care of myself. Earlier this week, after WWE sent me my schedule to return to the ring for the November 15th show, I asked for an extension to my mental health break, feeling that I needed more time and hoping I would have the ongoing support of the company I've given my all to for the past 7 years. I did not receive a response. Next I heard, I was being released. My vaccination status was never mentioned. More on that in a bit. I wasn't given any choices or options. It breaks my heart to be so abruptly let go without consultation when dealing with so much privately. I love my career at WWE. I love the men and women I worked with, and I'm going to need some time to process this huge loss. I appreciate those people who have shown understanding, compassion during an incredibly difficult time, end quote. So there you have Nia Jax's statement. Now, this statement sounds very PC. This statement sounds very honest and forthright and very sincere. I will tell you that on her social media, this is one of the few times that she has been very honest, forthright, and sincere. A lot of the times she's physically shaking her hind end at you. She's dancing. She's making faces. She's saying, screw you. Not that in so many words, but you get it. Let's separate the two people here, kids. That's heel work. Okay. What you saw on her social media was heel work. She's laughing at you. She's saying, I don't care what you think of me. I'm beautiful and I know it and all this other stuff. A lot of that, yes, it's true, obviously, but a lot of it is heel persona. Okay. I don't take this statement at all to mean anything other than what she sincerely feels. Now, in regards to mental health, I've been very forthright from day one, from the day that my sister passed 2 years ago now, this December. It's been extremely hard. And I continue to, I continue to deal with that. I continue to get counseling. I'm not going to make any secret about it. There's no shame in it. Mental health is extremely important. Okay. And I'm not trying to make this about me. So my apologies. Whatever she's struggling with, we wish her the best, not just us here on the show, but as the fan community. Obviously, we don't want the worst for this girl. Okay. And I don't either. And that's the truth. From a professional standpoint, from a fan standpoint, from the business of pro wrestling in a 20x20 where you have to protect others and ensure that that person is safe, she is not cut out for this. Now, that's my opinion. You can disagree with that. You can hate on me and say that I asked for this, whatever. I don't really care. I've never made it personal with her, and I'm not going to start now, okay? That's my take on this. What do you guys think about this right now? Ricardo says, we are with you. Thank you, sir. Alyssa says, Charlotte, Becky Lynch are women division. Why suck? I don't have any idea what you mean by that, but if you'll rephrase, I'll be glad to talk to you. Shane says, to be honest, this is not good for wrestling. A lot of talent can't be signed by the big companies. You're 100% right. We'll get to that here in a sec. Tim says, I wish these ladies can find a job. Sad to see these ladies lose their job. And we don't want to see anyone fired, Tim, to your point. No one has ever angled, not in this show. We've never angled for anyone to lose their job. I spent a lot of years writing about John Cena. I spent a lot of years writing about John when he was a top dog. Do you know how many times I had to read the words, WWE should fire John Cena. I should just fire him because he's stupid. He can't wrestle. Fire him. You know how many debates I had to have with morons where I had to tell them as impolitely as I possibly could, hi, my name's Tom. You're a moron. WWE is not going to fire their top guy. Don't be stupid. So no, I don't defend anyone firing anybody. Okay. There's exceptions, sexual assault, physical violence, whatever, rape, there's all kinds of wackadoodle stuff out there. Sure. I think there's provocations and there's good reasons to fire somebody. Budget cuts is not it. They reported $265 million earnings for quarter 3 of the fiscal year. 206. Did you guys hear? $260+ million earnings? And this is budget cuts? On what planet? Now, before anybody rants on me and says, Tom, you're getting red in the face, don't anybody waste their breath and say, Tom, this is a business, Tom. You don't know how business works. I conduct business every day. I do. I know how business works. Okay. You have to turn a profit to stay in business. They're turning a profit. That's what I'll tell you. $265 million worth. Do they front load their locker rooms because they don't want the other guy having the talent? You bet your life they do. Did we call that when AEW came into existence? You bet your life we did. We said it here on the show multiple times. Rewind, watch it and listen. I said it. You agreed. We all said it. They front loaded that locker room. They raided the independent scene. Why? Because they wanted to ensure NXT was a success, Tom. Ha! No. So Tony Khan couldn't have them. And now, fast forward 2 years later, we see what happens when you load a locker room with talent that you don't have time to use. Get it? We already said it here. This is not hard math, kids. Math, despite what you may think, is not hard. It's really not. What's up, Ray? Ray, I'm going to call you Ray from now on. Did I ever tell you that? Alyssa's back. Becky Lynch, Charlotte, don't bring anything. Division, think Becky, Charlotte suck. Not a big deal anymore. I'll try to take what you said and make sense of it. No disrespect. That's your opinion. It's okay. It's okay to have that opinion. I disagree with you, but you're entitled to state it, and I'll put your comment up. It's fine. Chris is saying something a lot of other people are echoing right now, kids. The planet where they are trying to sell to NBC. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they're trying to offload the company. They're trimming the fat where they can. No disrespect. It's whatever it is. Wormuth. Lisa says it's crazy what's happening with Ring of Honor. A lot of known talent and underrated talent like the Mecca. Bryan Johnson going to be on the market soon. Yeah, you're sure? I mean, actually, they already are, technically. They're contracted through the last event in December. But yeah, you're right. Chris says, I agree with you 100%. Many times her dance partner came up injured. Talking about Nia, right? So yeah, there's some reactions. Alma, hey, thank all you guys for making it, for giving me some personal messages. I agree. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much for that. Lewis, you sent me a great big one, brother, and I didn't mean to ignore you, my friend. I apologize. I'm sorry I missed you, my friend. If I find your comment, I'll go back and put it up for you there. My bad. There we go. Let's see. Oh my God, I lost it again. Best choice to let Jax go in the business. You got to take care of your opponent because they are making you look good as well as you making them look good. Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. Let's also talk about the men of this round of cuts: Keith Lee, Karrion Kross, Oni Lorcan, Lindsay Dorado, Grand Metalik, Jeet Rama, and Trey Baxter. Let's talk about some reactions, kids, to these releases. We gave you Jax's take. A few other notes and news of interest here. Only Lorcan put out a YouTube video. He had nothing but praise for WWE. It's a very professional thing to do. And he does have a 90-day no compete clause. I don't know if we know the status of every single one. Scarlett has confirmed that she is available to return to work in 30 days. Quote, the smoke show is back. 30 days, end quote. Let's see. Ember Moon replied or tweeted, "All I can do is laugh." Remember what a big deal Ember Moon was in this division, in the NXT Women's Division? Remember how important she was to them? And she got like 10 minutes on the main roster, and they did a little bit with her, and then they just, yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one, man. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how all this plays out, kids. Here's something, and I let's take a few more comments before I get off on this other thing here. Mike Riggs, thank you for watching, my friend. I still can't believe that Raquel Gonzalez is no longer the NXT Women's Champion. Easy for me to watch WWE. Brother, I feel you. NXT 2.0 is not an easy watch for me either, and I'm not following it 100%. I'm just not. Triple R, Renato Ramirez Rodriguez. Hello, my friend. How are you? Thanks for hanging out. Ember Moon can go. You're 100% right about that. Shorter term contracts can draw more butts and seats if they work it right, I guess. I'm not going to excuse what they did. I'm just not going to do it. Ray says, may Keith Lee become a bear. Now he's gone. Yeah, don't even get me started, man. I can't believe they released Keith Lee. He's a star. He is a star. You're 100% right. Shannon says, I just want all the talent to have work and be happy and healthy wherever they go. I agree with that 100%. Cameron says, I'll pick up Scarlett. Cross might have something to say about that. Chris says Arch did a good job on letting them work wherever they want, even if they're still under contract. Absolutely. I don't know how better they could have handled it. I still say they should have pumped more money into that company before this pandemic hit. But in the end, that's how they handle it. You can't change it. You got to roll with the punches. And I think they've done as much as they possibly could. Maybe talent, Will says, will go to AEW. Many talent. Here's what I'll tell you, my friend, and I'll tell everybody else here this too. Tony Khan done got some deep pockets, yo. Deep. Okay? They're not so deep he can sign all 17 of these people. It's probably not going to happen. They have a budget. They got to hit budget. And if they get into a minefield of not being able to hit budget, they will eventually have to start making some tough decisions as well. Now, we hope it doesn't come to that. But again, kids, business is business. WWE diehards are saying that to me about this. Fair is fair, right? Yeah, Chris, you're right. It's more on Sinclair. That's what I meant. That I was trying to direct it at them, but you're 100% right. Yeah. Did I not mention Sinclair? That's what I meant, by the way. You're right. Here's a little tidbit. This from Dr. I screwed it up again, didn't I? This little tidbit, rewind, from Dr. Britt Baker. It's fun, isn't it? Quote, I don't think putting a bunch of models and athletes off the street in a warehouse and teaching them all to do the same thing the same way at the same time is going to create a successful roster. People learn differently and they have different strengths and weaknesses. And sometimes you have to find out what those are on your own, end quote. I happen to agree with Dr. Britt Baker. I believe that she's 100% right. This thing, but see, here's the deal about that company, man. WWE has a blueprint. They have a machine. You are rolled into their corporate assembly line when you get there. And they mold you and shape you and redesign you. You know, we can rebuild him. We have the technology. And they'll do everything they can to fashion you into the superstar that they want you to be. Huh? Sippy. So, and again, it is an assembly line. It's the corporate machine of that company. It's the blueprints they follow. Do you know why so many of the NXT stars are cookie cutter and none of them stand out? Because they're cookie cutter. Because one looks like the other one. Had nothing to do with physical or whatever. It's got to do with no one stands out. No one can stand out. Do you know what I'm saying? On a shelf full of Nabisco cookies, which one stands out to you? Do any of them? They all kind of look the same, don't they? They might be delicious. It might be the best thing ever with a cold glass of milk, hot cup of coffee. They still look like Nabisco cookies to me. What stands out? Nothing. See what I'm saying? So it's hard to know what talent can do what if they all look and sound exactly the same. If they're all kind of the same generic promos, if they're all consistently asked, what are your thoughts? Don't even get me started. What are your thoughts on that match? Yes, Ray, it is Punkin. Yes. Yes. Toby says, mine is complete. I just heard the DMD. Jamel says, did you hear Mick Foley's comments about the horrible creative ruining Cross and Lee? Absolutely. And you know what? For anybody coming after Foley for what he says, shut up. Foley threw himself off the top of a Hell in a Cell for you people. For you people. Not that any of you came after him. I'm just saying. He did that. Well, Tommy did it to get famous. Shut up. He did it for the sake of the match. He did it to give fans a spectacle. He did it to give them something to see, something to talk about. He did those things. Don't go after him. Brian says WWE keeps giving the same opportunities. It's getting old. Same opportunities. What do you mean by that, my friend? Keeps giving the same opportunity. Like the people they signed? Elaborate on that, my friend. I'd love to comment. Keeps giving the same opportunities. It's getting old. All right. So, hey, thank you, Ray. By the way, you better believe that tree went up, baby. That tree went up Monday. I told y'all I don't play. I don't play up in here. November 1st, the old man's tree goes up every year, and that's how I roll, baby. Merry Christmas, by the way. I don't even care. I don't care. My wife and I today were in Bath and Body Works because I'm a schmuck. I get talked into stuff that I don't want to do. So, but I changed my tune because I got in there and I heard Mel Torme singing a Christmas song, and there's Christmas decorations and there's red and white everywhere. And I'm like, yes. I'm a fiend for Christmas, man. I make no apologies. I make no apologies. Oh, Brian says, oh, I get you, my man. Same tile opportunities, like to the same people. They paint themselves in a corner, my friend. They paint themselves in a corner. You know what I mean? Hard for anyone to break out when no one's given a chance, to your point. Like it's the same guys all the time, same girls all the time. It's the truth. And that's how they go. In other companies, it doesn't have to be specifically AW. In other companies, other people get opportunities to step up. Doesn't mean they'll win the title that night, but they do give other people not a chance, but the opportunity to shine. To your point, I agree with you. Ray, I'm going to disagree with you. If you're bagging on Austin Theory, I'm an Austin Theory fan. I am. That kid's very good. They have him do goofball stuff and ripping off Eddie. Hey, Judge, thanks for hanging out, my friend. I appreciate you, dude. Ricardo says we all get talked into stuff by our wives, don't we? Oh, don't even get me started. Let's talk about the Smackdown preview before we get to ratings. Here's your Smackdown preview. It's short and sweet. The head of the table returns tonight on Friday Night Smackdown. And Naomi gets another opportunity at Shayna Baszler. That's all I got for you. Thanks for playing. They're tight-lipped in that company when it comes to SmackDown previews. I don't know why. Ratings, kids, this week, November 1st edition of Monday Night Raw, 1.69 compared to last week's 1.66. Not much of a difference at all. This week's edition of NXT, 631,000, down from last week's 746. Last week's SmackDown clocked in at 1.03 million on FS1. This week it's tonight, so we don't know yet. There's your ratings, kids. There's your numbers. As I tell you each and every week, it's up to you whether or not you care about it. That's your call, not mine. Randall says he loves his selfies. I do too. I like it. I like it. Ray's hating on him, but I don't care. Tubby said, I hope they also. Yeah, well, there'll be a female presence tonight. Hopefully they'll get some time to actually work a match. Ray says tonight, King Cole versus some dude, just some dude. That's good stuff. We'll get there. I'm not going to forget you, boy. Will says, I'm glad I did not go to last week's SmackDown. Hot garbage. Where'd you get that at? I think I know. Monday Night Football in the World Series ate some of those numbers, I would assume. I would assume you're 100% right. 100% right. Angie, what's up? Karrion Kross and Scarlett were perfect for the main roster, and Vince absolutely ruined them by splitting them up. Karrion had, yeah. So one of the stories is, get this. You're going to love this. So, supposedly, Vince said Kross wasn't getting over. Gee, I wonder why. How long did it take Jeff Hardy to beat him that night on Raw? 2 minutes? What was it? Someone remind me of the time. The women had a spot. It was the Eva Marie Dewdrop, Alexa Bliss nonsense that night that got like 4 minutes or whatever I timed it. And the actual Karrion Kross versus Jeff Hardy was 2 minutes. Hey, pal, why isn't he getting over? Gee, I don't know. What? Whew. Chris, my thoughts exactly. I don't get it. That's like hitting somebody with your car and then getting out and saying, "What are you laying on the ground for? You hit him with your car, moron. What do you think's going to happen?" Hey, and Carlos, look. I shouldn't have called her Dewdrop because I hate that name. Piper Niven can work, Carlos. You're not saying it maybe, but Piper's a good worker. They're just not helping her at all, in my opinion. Brian says he was hardly ever on TV. 100% right. Trevor Richards says the ratings of WWE keep getting worse in WWE every year because there are more people talking and less wrestling and more bad ideas than good ideas. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I completely see where you're coming from. I can't disagree with most of what you said. And plus, wrestling's not as hot as it used to be. It is for AEW to certain degrees, but there is a reason why they're not getting over that 1 million threshold yet. You know what it is? I don't know. Maybe they know. Maybe the time will come when they'll break the 2 or 3 million mark. I mean, we're hoping so. Not because they can take away from anybody else, but because we want the business to get stronger, right? Don't we all want that? Yeah. But it's just not as hot as it used to be. It's more of a niche product now than it has been a long time, in my opinion. Rendell says, do you think the talent needs to stage a walkout and betterment of their product? Rendell, that would work if there was a union. There's no union for the boys and girls over there on any of these companies. That's the problem. If you're in breach of your contract, that's a problem. Lawyers get involved after that. See what I'm saying? I mean, this whole notion of you can lift your voice up if you don't like your booking. What? I mean, very few people are comfortable enough to do that. Comfortable enough for themselves. Punk was one of them, by the way. Comfortable enough in their own skin and confident enough in their own ability to work elsewhere and get over more that they're willing to speak up and say, send me home. I don't care. I'm sick. I hate this place. You guys suck. When's the last time you said that on your job? Be straight. Be straight. How many of us can ever say that without fear of repercussion? This whole notion of just speak up. Are you kidding? This is pro wrestling. This isn't Wendy's. Angie says Vince brings the up and comers everything about brings them up and changes everything about their gimmick that was over. And then when it doesn't work, the wrestlers pay the price. Yeah, no kidding. Let's change them, pal. And then he's like, how come they're not getting over? Molly, how are you, my friend? Thanks for watching. Shane's asking if I think USA will. Anything can happen, Shane. I never see that happening. I never see that happening. I could be wrong. I never see that happening. Will says, so you have to say if you're not happy and have years left, but can release you. Every contract's different, dude. But I mean, we've seen them do stranger things before. We have, haven't we? Chris says, I wouldn't say union as much as like a players association similar to NFL, but this, and I agree with you, but that's a union. That's workers organizing and coming together. They can call it whatever they want. You're right. You're right. But it's essentially a union. I interviewed Van Dam, and he flat out said it would be impossible to do a union for the boys. Impossible. Because he's like, there's so many indie shows. There's so many places you can run events. to get everyone on the same page and cooperating in the same meeting room at the same time would be basically impossible to do. He's got a point. Now, Rob Van Dam's one guy, but if you're not going to listen to me, not you, Chris, but I'm saying people as a whole, if you don't want to listen to Tom, Van Dam's kind of a veteran here. You know what I mean? I think he would maybe know better than all of us here today if it's even feasible. And you're right, Ventura did campaign hard for a union. And I don't think he could ever get anybody on the same page. Will says chances of KO and Gargano gone come. I'm not going to tell you that Johnny wants to be gone because I don't know that. I don't know. I would tell you it wouldn't surprise me if he does, and that if he did. Ray says, "Will Jay Lethal go to AEW?" I'd love to see Jay. Right at this point, I'd love to see Jay anywhere. Jay's so good. John Gresham is too, man. Jay's very good. I want to see the Briscoes, them boys. Them boys. Sandy Fort, Delaware. You kidding me? You kidding me? Jay Briscoe? They are gold. The Briscoe boys are gold. Solid gold. You put them with their mugs up in the camera on Dynamite cutting a promo, you're going to have everybody and their brother the next day going, that was, oh my God. Oh my God. We already know that. Anyone that knows them boys knows what they're capable of. But you put them in front of that crowd? Shut up. Shut up. Dude. I got to put shut up on a t-shirt. Who wants the shut up t-shirt? That's the next move, baby. 24 karat, 32 karat. Is there a 32 karat gold? There should be. You guys know I'm right. Ooh, James says Eddie Kingston and Briscoes as a faction. Oh, that makes me excited in all kinds of insanely good ways. Toby says, "Dem boys versus the Lucha Bros." I might have to get off this. I'm gonna be talking about this all day. Let's flip the page, flip the coin, turn the page, turn the channel, and talk some AEW, babe. Jon Moxley, as we all have heard this week, has entered himself into alcohol rehab. Okay. First off, we talked about mental health going into this broadcast here this evening. Let's talk a little bit about what we're talking about here today with this. It takes a big man. Forget the man. It takes a big person to admit that they have a problem. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do. Some people can't do it. When I tell you they can't, and listen, if none of you in this chat if you've never been affected and never had someone close to you, family member, friend, or whatever, with an addiction problem, you don't know what I'm talking about. And by the way, count yourself lucky. Okay. But if you never have, then you don't know what I'm getting ready to say. Drugs and alcohol, I'm sure to a certain extent, but drugs for sure can rewire your brain. And that's the truth. Logical thought is gone. Forget it. Things that you would never do, clear-headed and sober, you will do when you're trying to get a fix. Okay? It's not absolving the person of responsibility. It's not saying, well, Tom, they shouldn't start to begin with. You're right. But a lot of us shouldn't start things to begin with. You see what I'm saying? Why are they vilified so much so and not deserving of help? It takes a very big person to stand up and raise his hand or her hand and say, I'm hitting rock bottom. I can't do this anymore. That's too hard. I applaud Jon Moxley for this, as I would applaud Nia Jax for speaking out about her mental health. I applaud anyone for standing up and being heard and for saying, I got to do the right thing. Will says, speaking of this topic, a friend took his life over the weekend because of the battle. God, dude, Will, I am extremely sorry to hear that, my friend. It's so hard. It's so hard. Chan says, my thoughts and prayers go out to Mox. I'm glad he realized he has a problem and is getting help. He's got a wife. He's got a new baby. He's got all the opportunities in the world and all the reasons in the world to get better. And I think he knows that. Okay. And he's doing the right thing. James says he's doing it for his family 100%. I could not agree more. Ray says, happy for Moxley. I'm straight edge because of family issue and it takes a lot. I'm straight edge as well, my friend. I've never drank in my entire life. I've never tried a cigarette. I've never tried drugs ever. I've had hydrocodone in my system for various little injuries over the years, but not much. I've had NyQuil, if that counts as alcohol dose. That's it. I've never had anything else. I think I may have had another type of painkiller, but I forget what it was. I'm as straight edge as they come. And it's just, I see what it does, what it can do, and it's just not for me. I have enough of an issue with food. You know what I mean? A lot of us do. Chad says, what's going on, Tom? Well, how are you, my friend? Thanks for hanging out. Alba says, prayers to Jon Moxley in his journey. I have been tied to the Hope Center in his name at church. Oh, dude, you're awesome. Look at that. Good on you, my friend. Good on you for doing something like that. That's very cool of you. Chris says, good vibes to Mox. The book has been great. It's on my Amazon wish list. If anybody wants to buy that for me, Christmas is coming up. I'm just playing. Don't anyone go buy me anything. I'm just yanking you, okay? My other half and I decided to just do Amazon wish list this year. So Tom's life gets a whole lot easier because Tom ain't going to a store. I gave that up 2 years ago, Jack. Online, here I come. That's the truth. It's on my wish list. I'm anxious to get it and read it. I just haven't. I just didn't want to go buy it yet, you know. Sugar Shane says, I have to give major props to CM Punk. I've been critical of him, but what he did on Wednesday night was well. Oh, my God, for sure. Yeah, you're right. And you know what? I'm glad that they let Punk be the guy to talk about it. Glad to let him be the guy to talk about it. Ray says, I have a pumpkin spice problem. My third cup of pumpkin coffee today, my friend. Yeah, great promo by Punk. I agree with you, Tim, 100%. Daryl said, Daryl's bringing us back down to earth, kids. It's nice not seeing Good Brothers on AEW. We got real deep in the weeds on addiction and mental health, and Daryl's like, I'll tell you something right now. Those Good Brothers, you know what I mean? That was great. What a great addition. That was awesome. Hey, I like Good Brothers. They're not for everybody. Will says pumpkin spice is hot trash. Will, you can show yourself the door. How dare you? How dare you, Will Moore? God. I see someone's a Grinch up in here, aren't they? I'm just playing. David says, I get you, Tom. I have an ex that abandoned our kids due to drugs. Whew. I have a grandson I take care of due to my daughter having a drug problem. And I have a sister with a drug. Oh, dude, David, all the best to you and your family, my friend. And I hope that the people in your family get the help they need. For real. It's again, man, it's a tall thing. It's a tall order to stand up in front of the world and say, I can't do this anymore. It's too hard. I've done screwed up. I'm sorry. I can't. I throw my hands up. That's a big man, big woman to do that. I mean, big woman. You know what I mean? Big person. It takes a big person to a strong person. And here's the thing. People who are facing it and dealing with any type of addiction, they hit the bottom like that and they I was going to say turn themselves in, but I don't mean it like that. They stand up to get help and they're like, I don't have any strength. Like, dude, the step to do what they did takes more strength than I'm sure any of us could ever possibly imagine. So there you go. Let's get back on some wrestling here, kids. Talk to me about Eddie Kingston versus Bryan Danielson. How much you love this match. Go. I'll wait. Because every one of you loved it. Every one of you loved it. Hit me. Hit me, baby. One more time. Yes, I just quoted Miss Spears. I don't care. It's my show. And no, my first name ain't Baby. It's Janet. Miss Jackson, if you're nasty. Timothy says, awesome match. Yes, sir. Charles says, Bryan's chest was nuclear. Oh, my God. It helps that Bryan Danielson is like, pale rider over here. You know what I mean? That helps. Bryan Danielson is so white. He's almost transparent, dude. He's like almost albino white, man. That helps the red, doesn't it? Daryl says one of the best matches of the year. I could not agree more. Will is trying to tick me off. I'm not putting his God, Will. Geez, you're a bummer, man. Come on. Agree with everything I say, Will, so I'm happy. Pacify me, Will. Stroke my ego. It says in the book of Tom, chapter 2, verse 5, he who stroketh Tom's ego shall inherit the kingdom of coffee. Don't anybody get upset over that. Everybody relax. I'm just playing. Jeez. CRP says, great match. Sad Kingston is out of the tournament. Heel turn. Yeah, dude, please don't turn him heel. Please don't turn him heel. James says he loves Eddie Kingston. I echo that. Jamel says Kingston is so much better than he looks. Isn't he? Debbie says Eddie giving the finger. Oh my God, are you kidding? That was a stone cold move if I've ever seen it. So good. But you know what? How many people even thought of Austin when he did that? I don't know that I did. I just thought, that's Eddie. Miss Lopez says one of the best matches ever. It ranks very high for Miss Lopez. Keith says two of the best AEW has to offer. A fantastic story in a match. So good. So good. Molly says he is a human jar of mayonnaise. Yes, Patrick. Is mayonnaise an instrument? What was the next one? He raised his hand and Squidward says, no, ketchup's not an instrument either. And he put his hand back down. I think it was ketchup. Shannon says match of the year candidate, 100%. Timothy says, is Eddie Kingston turning heel? I hope not. Chapter 2, verse 5. I better not put that shirt out, Chris. I'll get some heat for that one. Clark 316. Oh my God, I'm not going to do it. Stop. I'm going to get in all kinds of trouble. No, sir. I don't like it. Ricardo says Bryan and Eddie put on a clinic. Loved that the chest beating Bryan took was icing on the cake. Literal icing on the cake. A vanilla cake, right? Whew. Eddie doing his put the dukes up, Terry Funk style. Oh, I'm going to go watch that again after the show. So good. Man, y'all are loving this match. It makes me so happy. Because it was so good. Jamil says every time AEW has a great wrestling match like this, it makes sports entertainment worse. They do great pro wrestling. Is it moving the needle? Will it move the needle eventually? This is a what's everyone always say? It's a marathon, not a sprint. We will see. Daryl says, when will the inner circle implode? I hope not anytime soon. I'm not going to compare them to the New Day in terms of how good they are as a faction, but they're pretty darn good. And I just wouldn't split them up anytime soon. So there you go. Let's talk about a few more news and notes before we open this show up to the open floor. Here's some reports happening this week if you've been keeping tabs. Juice Robinson's New Japan Pro Wrestling contract is expiring in January, reportedly. Kyle O'Reilly's WWE contract is reportedly expiring in December. Tom Lawler and Mance Warner are officially free agents, have been released from their MLW contracts. Contract was up, they didn't re-sign. So there you have it, kids. Are they four gangbuster main event names? All due respect, but maybe no. Are they four names that could move the needle for a company? I don't know. We could all say, no, Tom, no. We don't know. Do we? No, we don't. The idea of O'Reilly with Fish as Red Dragon in AEW, it's possible. Anything's possible. I'd love to see Mance Warner in AEW. I'd love to see that. Filthy Tom Lawler, who, by the way, is working in JPW Strong, reportedly does not have an official New Japan contract. I guess he's working on a per appearance deal, perhaps a handshake deal, maybe. I don't know. Don't quote me because I don't know. So yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I love all four of these guys, man. I'm a big Juice Robinson guy. We got to meet him when a version of NJPW came to Charlotte. You know, back when certain people were in charge and the work visas were not being allowed. So we didn't get to see Okada or anybody else in this country. But Juice was there and headlined the show and took a picture with me and my kid. And dude, Juice stayed until we were all gone. He worked the main event. He started on one side of the ring and he walked the perimeter of the ring. He took pictures with every single one of us that wanted a picture. If all you wanted was a handshake, he did that. If you wanted a hug, he gave you a hug. Every last one of us We got a picture with him. He still had the dreads. So Tom Lawler actually going to NJPW, I would think would be a good change of pace. He is tied to Black Label and NJPW strong. I think his contract's only mail. Yeah. And supposedly, Chris, from what I read, I don't know if it's true or not, he doesn't even have a contract with NJP or with NJPW. Maybe that's changed in the last little bit, but I don't, we'll see. James Luft. You want to take his face. We're going to do Face Off as a watch along. Troy and James and I for the 6M podcast, which, by the way, you can subscribe to. Look on the bottom of the screen, baby. Subscribe, baby. You know you want to. I'm going to start doing the Gold Dust thing. You like that? Yeah, it's, James, so his contract is part. Yeah, I didn't realize it had been that long. But yeah. Chris is saying actually his name is Vance Warner. Well, Mance Warner is his working name. That's what I'm giving you. I love that guy. Like Kingston, you look at him and you're like, this guy's a wrestler. He's got a great gimmick, dude. That all shucks yeehaw, good old boy gimmick, dude. It works on him 100%. 100%. Another bit of tidbit this week, another bit of news. Danhausen and Mance Warner both reportedly had leg surgery. Danhausen for sure. I don't know if the Warner surgery has been confirmed 100%. But there you go. So Warner missing action, Danhausen out for a bit. Speed recovery to those two guys. Again, I really enjoy Danhausen. That guy is insanely fun to watch. Danhausen will land on his feet literally in no time. The Ring of Honor thing is not going to be a killer for him at all. That dude's got a bright future. I believe that. Let's talk about tonight's Rampage. You like that? I'm officially the new announcer for AEW. I'm just yanking you. TBS Women's Championship Tournament. The Bunny and Red Velvet will collide. This is the quarterfinals of the TBS Women's Championship. We'll see what will happen. Who's your pick to win on that? Adam Cole versus John Silver, or as we like to refer to him, Budge. You know it's all about the Budge. Who watches Being the Elite? It's all about the Budge. It's good stuff. I love John Silver. I freaking love John Silver, man. He's so good. And we were talking about him earlier. EK himself, Eddie Kingston, and CM Punk are going to have a face-off tonight. If you have spoilers, keep them to yourself, or I will boot you up out this chat. Believe that. Believe it. I'm not having it. Everybody behave yourselves, as my great-grandmother would say once upon a time. You kids play purdy. You kids play purdy. You be purdy. That's the truth. Ray says Cole should be the... Why would you think that, Ray? Cole should be the main event. You are a broken record, my friend. It's not Vance Warner, Chris. It's Mance Warner. Dude, come on. Unless he's changed his name for whatever reason. It's Mance Warner. Why am I getting argued with here? Are you yanking me or what? Don't yank me here, kids. Come on, man. Don't do that to me. Yeah, dude, that may be his real name. I don't see his actual real to life name. It looks like it might be his real name. There you go. Yeah, it's Mance Warner. Everybody relax. What's going on? It is not, dude. What is going on up in here? It's Mance Warner. Dude, am I missing something? Has he changed his name? Please, for God's sake. What is going on? Shane says, is Cole even cleared to wrestle after Christian Cage gave him the concerto? That's an interesting point, Shane. How are they just going to not sell that? That's interesting. That is interesting. Chris, is that what's happening? Someone's trolling? Is that what's going on? Someone's trolling? Hey, I got news for you, man. If anybody's actually trying to troll me, get up out of my show. Don't waste my time. If that's what's really going on, if you guys are trying to be cute, go be cute on someone else's time. Don't screw around, because I don't have time for that crap, okay? You want to hang out and talk some pro wrestling, that's what we do here. You save your drama for somebody else. There you go. Silver wins by Cage nonsense. Oh my God, what if John Silver gives Adam Cole his first loss? Ray, don't have a heart attack. Don't have a heart attack. Whew. Wouldn't that be something? Little John Silver. Johnny Hungee. That'd be insane, wouldn't it? That'd be insane. Wow. Hey, man. Hey, man, look. You know what people used to say about WWE? Anything can happen in WWE. I don't know if anybody thinks that anymore, unless it's bad stuff. I'm just saying. I think people now honestly believe anything can happen in AEW. Don't we think so? I kind of think that. I'm not saying that that's what they're going with, but I think there's more of an opportunity for us to see something surprising and shocking in AEW than I think we are the other company. So there you go. Timothy says, I believe that Silver and Cole will kick off the show. You're going to upset Ray by saying that, Tim. You're going to upset him. Don't upset Ray. I'll talk about ratings before we open this floor up, kids. Holy Lord, we're running along again. No, we're not. It's been an hour. What am I talking about? This week's Dynamite, 878, down from 941 last week. Rampage, don't know. It hadn't happened yet last week. I was going to say last year. 623. There you go. There are your ratings, kids. Let's open this floor wide open and see what you good folks have to say. What's your questions? I used to have an English teacher who used to say the words, questions, comments, words of wisdom. That has stayed with me for years. A long time. Questions, comments, words of wisdom. Chris says Vince is either A, trying to sell, or B, letting go of talent to overload roster and waterlog other shows. Depends on if you think he is that smart or not. Chris, I don't hate the B part of that. However, I will say, is he thinking that far ahead? It's possible. Anything's possible. It's an interesting. What do you guys think of Chris's take there? What do you guys think? James happens to agree with both. Ray, I patiently look forward to your question, my friend. Ricardo says, if Silver beats Cole, I'm blowing the roof off the house. What is going on with MLW, Miss Lopez says. So the word around town, the scuttlebutt, the buzz is that Court Bauer and MLW are trying to tighten up because they want to produce a program with, I guess, least number of talents on it, tighten it up, sharpen it up for it to be as well-rounded as possible. And I guess part of that is you don't want to have an overloaded roster. However, I will say that Mance Warner has been a mainstay of that company for a while. How you let that guy go is beyond me. That's just me talking. Ray, what's up? Jay-Z or Nas? Jay-Z all day. If Adam Cole brought you a pumpkin spice and had one extra, can I have? Also, what do you think of Aaron Rodgers being a liar? First of all the pumpkin you can handle, Ray, a whole patch of it. And also, what is going on with Aaron Rodgers? You guys know I'm a Vikings fan, right? So when I follow, which I haven't done in a while, but I'm usually a Vikings fan. What's going on with Rodgers? Because I don't know the latest. How's my hair? Am I okay? You guys aren't being honest with me about the hair. Ash says, what can we look forward to in the next season podcast? I'm so glad you asked because I don't know. I've got like 15 episodes in the can. So, and we record every week. So, like, I'm just, by the way, Ash and I will be doing an episode of the 6M in the next week or so, 2 weeks. We're going to do Friends. So, there you go. Dun, 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 dun. No one told you that we're going to be this way. Clap, 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 clap. When I make fun of singing, I like to use Trey Parker's South Park voice. I just think it's much more entertaining that way. Plus, I'm not going to hit you guys with my singing voice. It'll bring you to tears. Ricardo says, I'm going to give you a surprise there, Ricardo. I haven't watched the Morbius trailer. I haven't watched it yet. I need to. How's it look, everybody? How's it look? You comic book / movie fans out there, what do you think? I haven't watched it. I just have not been happy with the whole Sony Spider-Man corner of the universe kind of deal, dude. It's just not for me. You know what I mean? I'm an MCU guy. I mean, I'm a comic book guy first, MCU guy second, but still. I'm not giving out shirts. Everyone's asking for shirts. Someone asked for hot garbage. I'll be nice because I haven't hit it all show long.
Hot garbage.
Okay, good. What's your opinion on the recent release of wrestlers? Oh, Chris, we've already covered it, my friend. Chris, weren't you one of the guys trolling me with Mance Warner's name? Why'd I put your comment up? We've already been there. You doing it to me again? Is that what's going on? You doing it to me again? You and I have never had any kind of issues, have we? Why are you doing that crap to me? What'd I do to you? Chris says, I feel like my grandpa felt about Westerns as far as comic movies go. How so? Oh, I get it. I get it. I get it. James, where'd you go? That's funny. Meh, BS. Oh, God, that's good. Put that on a t-shirt. You kidding me? That's awesome. Elvis says, what would you say if Vince fired Cameron Grimes yesterday? I would have said the same thing I would have said about everybody that was released. Did I make a blanket statement? Maybe I didn't. I hate to see it. I know that they've overloaded the locker rooms with more talent they could possibly use. I don't care for the NXT system, the way they're going to utilize it now. I think Cameron Grimes is talented. I think he was earning a living before NXT, and I know he could earn a living after. I think he'd be just fine. I don't think it'd be a deal breaker for him. I really don't. They didn't make him. They didn't build him. They've allowed him to be creative, I think, and allowed him to get over. But I don't see him as being a WWE corporate assembly lines company built superstar. That's not who he is. What's up, Jamie? How are you? Tim says, by the way, I tag you on Twitter. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw that. I think I liked the retweet, didn't I? I think. Jamie says he believes that Keith Lee would be a nice fit in NWA. Ooh, I like that. I like that. You're right, Miss Lopez. Grimes was Trevor Lee. Well done. There you go. Do I see Charlotte leaving WWE? Ray, anything could happen. Do I see it happening right now? I don't. However, would I be shocked? Absolutely not. Hey, Elvis, I saw that, my friend. I'm not going to tell you I'm sorry. And I'm not going to tell you sorry about that because there's nothing to be sorry for. You put your best foot forward and it didn't go your way this time. It doesn't mean you give up. This is something you want to do and you're passionate about it, you're serious about it. You just put yourself out there the next time. If you want to get involved in public service, you can find a way to do it. So there you go. Good on you for putting yourself out there. I applaud that, dude. I applaud that. Good on you, my friend. James says Grimes could be Impact or MLW champion next year. I agree with that, actually. I totally agree with that. Chris says Braun Breaker is pretty great, though. Yeah, he is. But this thing that they can't remember when they refused to acknowledge who Curtis Axel's dad was. Remember that? They never talked about it. They finally did, but it took a long time. I mean, what are we doing here? Look, if that doesn't tell you what you need to know about that company, I don't know if anything ever will. Ever. No joke, man. No joke. It's mind-numbingly odd. It's not even like, this is bad, Tom. It's terrible. It's just weird. It's bizarre. Elvis says, do you love the cat more than the dog? Of course not. I love all the pets. I love all the pets. James says, Charlotte would slot into my theorized ex-NXT faction AEW with Andrade, Black, FTR, and potentially Bray. Ooh. That'd be interesting. Ray says, no ways Cole's losing. You know how Ray asked me that? No way Cole's losing, right? Right? I mean, come on. Right? Getting nervous. Ray, you a little nervous. You doing that? I don't think you will. But we'll see. Tubby says, I'm ready for the Cult of Wyndham. I love that name, too. I love that he coined that. We'll see what he does with it, if he does anything with it. James says, for more on that, join the UWP Discord. Dude, I apologize for not putting your show over. Kids, you know I appreciate your support and love for the main event. You know that, right? And the 6M podcast. However, go check out my boy James Love's show, him and Troy Grant, the Untitled Wrestling Podcast. You want to know why? Because they was too lazy to come up with a name, James. I'm just kidding. I tease. I'm just kidding. I love that name, actually. Oh, my God. James says Budge versus Hunky and a hair versus hair. Oh, I love it. And make it a big deal that he doesn't want to shave his beard. I am all about that. Chris, my apologies to you too, my friend. Wrestling Geeks. If you guys are Greek, wouldn't that be awesome? The Greek Geeks Alliance? The WGA. The Wrestling Geeks. That sounds like a union, doesn't it? The WGA. Yes, sir. The Wrestling Geeks Alliance. Go support them as well. It doesn't cost you any money or nothing. Come on. Buy Ray a Dark Order mask. Oh, this is fun. We have fun. Jamie says, if there's anything positive, all the releases this year, it strengthens the independent scene. But Jamie, here's what I'll tell you, my friend. ROH is closed for business after December. For a while. That's one less place for these people to work. Who's the next biggest game in town? AEW, New Japan, Impact Wrestling. You got 3 choices. You did have 4. I know what you're thinking. Tom, Ring of Honor is not a choice. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, whatever. They were still a roster that had been around for a long time. Ring of Honor had been around since 99, 2000, 2001, I think. Long time, man. Now they're not there anymore. So that's big deal, dude. Big deal. Okay. So yeah, you're right. However, I hope it all works out for everyone that wants to keep going. Isaiah says, what app can you watch Full Gear? The Bleacher Report app. And I will be watching. That's right. We're going to preview the show next Friday on the main event. Full Gear is next Saturday night. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a really, really good show, kids. Isaiah, how are you, my friend? Well, kids, guess what? We are up on the hour. We're past the hour. Listen, Toby says, do you think Impact gets the TV deal? I don't know. That'd be interesting. We'll see. Shane, I'll end it with you, my friend. What about Arn versus Tully face-off? I think that they'll put these 2 guys together before they'd ever put them against each other. That's my thought. What's that mean? I don't know. We'll see. That's what I think. Kids, that's it for me. I'm going to get on up out of here. I appreciate you guys and gals hanging out. I appreciate you guys always being there. I'm going to remind you one more time, if you've not done it yet, please, and thank you. Hit the bell icon you see in front of you. That turns on notifications. No matter what page you're watching this feed on right now, okay? Hit that bell. notifications will be turned on. So if you forget about me for some reason because you don't like the show anymore, you'll be reminded. It'll pop up. If you're busy with your day, your evening, or your morning, whatever. It'll pop up. Bam! Top Cart's main event is all up in your grill. Guess what? There I'll be. So if you would do that, I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for being here for me all the time, for hanging out, for showing us a good time. We appreciate your business as always. Be sure to go to tinyurl.com/TomCartPods, PODS, to check out all the merch, t-shirts, hoodies, hats, coffee mugs, throw pillows, blankets. Dude, you name it, we got it for Tom Cart's main event and Tom Cart's 6-7 podcast and all the above. Thanks again, kids, for watching. We're going to get out of here. I hope you and yours have a great, happy, and healthy and safe weekend, okay? That's it from me, kids. Thanks again, everybody. Have a great one. Tom Clark's main event.